If you're watching this at home, thank you very much for joining us. This is the first of hopefully many Global Fire podcasts. We are sat here in our Global Fire studio, Global Fire podcast studio. If anybody watching this wants to record a podcast, is local to the Fareham, Hampshire area, or isn't local, wants to come down, give us a shout. So we're just going to roll with it, I think. But everybody has got a round to host, and we're just going to have some fun.
Right, I shall kick it off with everyone's best moments of 2023.
What's yours?
What's mine? What? I'm glad you asked. If we go to my favourite moment, there we are. Amazing. This is a beautiful photo.
Thanks for that, Toby.
That's all right.
This is the day where Sam taught Toby what a laptop was. There was no teaching me on that day.
So yeah, this is Sam, Connor, and I. I struggled a bit to find my favourite moment because there are so many. But I went with my first job as an employee of Global Fire. I wanted to pick that because I think my favourite moment is just kind of joining this team and becoming part of this family.
Yes.
And it was such a good start to the year. Just, new job, awesome people, and also an hilarious picture.
Yeah, why'd you have to pick the one with me high as a kite?
So good.
Because it's the only picture I could find of the first job.
An actual favourite moment for me would have been probably the Vera Cruz session we did was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Which, if I remember rightly, Toby, that might have been one of your first shoots as well.
No.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
that.
year 5. Yeah.
It's a live album, wasn't it?
I think that was before you
Live
officially.
session.
That was before, because I did I was like a runner on a couple of jobs before I
came in to
officially
help out. Yeah, that might have
joined.
been
So I
it.
came to help
Yeah.
out and just kind of be there to
That was good fun.
observe and stuff.
Crammed a heck of a lot into that day.
That was a lot done in that day. It was
That
a
was
good day,
cool.
though.
And
Very
generally
good day.
a cool band and enjoyed recording that. It was good fun. Recorded it all live.
Sounded great.
Sound and video.
It's good, mate.
And then you guys did an actual music video in the afternoon, didn't you?
Did. That was a rush.
Hold
Came
on.
out well.
So for anyone listening, you can record a song and a music video in one day.
For £7.50.
You ain't joking.
Thank you, Josh. That's brilliant. I am going to move on to the next slide now. I believe it is.
Oh, yeah.
Sam.
Yes.
Take it away.
So this, I think I have another slide. Yeah, I have another slide. So this is one of my favourite moments of the year. And
Can I just chip in once and say there was at least 2 or 3 jobs before this where we've met him and you didn't manage to get on the job.
Yeah.
So I was like super chuffed that we managed to make it finally
Amazing.
happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only Jason Robinson, but you also met, who else? Jeremy Guscott, Will Greenwood. You met a bunch of rugby legends.
Yeah, I keep on texting you like, have you heard of this guy? It's like, he's my hero. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm with him now.
Jason Robinson is rugby royalty. He is England legend, moved from league to union, played for the World Cup winning squad in 2003, scored the only try that England scored in that game. I played rugby growing up into sort of early adulthood, and he was just a hero. Like he, for me as a kid growing up playing rugby, but also a kid who isn't white, which I was the only non-white kid on my team. He was one of the first players, him and another player called Jeremy Guscott, who I looked at and I was like, oh, I could do that. Like, there's a black guy playing for England, young black guy. So he was a real hero. And then fast forward to today, and we're doing lots of work with people like Vodafone, who Jason Robinson is business ambassador, I think, is that the right title? And found out via Sarah that Jason Robinson is doing a Vodafone special video and is going to be there and we're going to be filming him. So I wasn't on the job, but I was like, I cannot miss the opportunity to at least be in the same room as Jason Robinson, shake his hand, say hi. I'm working in the office. Sarah's in the room getting ready. Sarah texts me and says, Jason's here. And I was like, oh, amazing, I'm going to go over. Felt really chilled. I've never been nervous meeting anybody in my life. I turned around and saw Jason Robinson sat on the seat and I was like, that's Jason Robinson. That's Jason, that's Jason Robinson. I was like, I can't speak to him. I can't go and speak to him. And then the guys were like, just go and say hi. Just literally go say, and I was like, I can't. No, I can't go and speak to him. And in the end, I was like, what's wrong with me? Right, I'm gonna go say hi. Walked up to him, and as I was walking, it felt like everything slowed down. I was like, it's freaking Jason Robinson. And I walked up and I was like, Jason. He looked up and he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm Sam. And
in your head, I'm going, I love you.
and I was like, in my head, I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? And I was like, you were my hero growing up. Like, this came out really quickly. And he was just like, oh, thanks. I've missed this chance. Anyway, he left. The job finished. We're packing up. And the client who we're working with, so Claire, shout out to Claire from Vodafone, was like, Sam, can you help me with something? I was like, yeah, of course. We went out and she was like, we're going to go down and meet Jason so you can speak to him properly. And yeah, we got to stand outside that room and chat about rugby, about childhood. He told me a bit about his childhood growing up and how, he didn't really have people that inspired him. And, for me, I was able to see him on TV. And just really nice conversation and chatted a bit about his foundation. And yeah, so now we're best mates. And
You heard it here first.
Yeah. That's a beautiful story.
That is a beautiful
Best
story.
day ever.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Thank you, Sam, for sharing.
Ross.
You got a favourite moment?
There's been a few points for me where I was just thinking when Craig and I started this and we were in the most tiny office where literally it was only big enough for one person, really. It was more like it genuinely was like a broom cupboard. And I always laugh because we had 2 desks and whenever one person wanted to get out, the other person had to squeeze their chair in so the other person could literally get out of the room.
Intimate working environment.
And as you guys all know, and most people know, I come from a music background where I worked in all these big recording studios and everything else. And so even though our new studio's got much more development we want to do, there's been a few shoots over there, like where we've done the Vera Cruz and Brave Rival, and we've had Amazon in there, we've had Vodafone in there, and then obviously more recently the podcast studio here. Doing some of the things we're doing now and the spaces we've got now just seem like an absolute thing that only happened to people like in Hollywood and London, to have spaces like this to do the kind of productions that we've got. And so sometimes it's easy to forget that. But I think whenever we've had those moments in those shoots, I'm like, oh, this is actually bonkers that we've got these spaces and we're doing these jobs.
Ross is living in the moment 24/7. I like it.
I wish it was. But at least 3 times this year.
Yeah. Let's go on to the new slide. Let's see what's next. Who's next?
Oh, this one.
I believe this is Will.
Yeah, this is mine.
Take it away.
All right. So we all know the saying, right? Never work with children or animals. But the exception to the rule, in general, I'd say it's cows. I love
Right,
cows.
next slide.
So earlier this year, we got the opportunity to go and do some nice little shorts for Southwick Estate, which is just around the corner from us. And one of them was on Farmer Tom. And he said, do you want to go to the dairy field and we'll go and get some shots there? We drive into this field, get out, and the moment we get out, all of the cows surround us and the vehicle. And I thought, are we going to be able to do any filming?
We'll get eaten.
As we moved around, they all just moved away from this, and everywhere we moved, they kept this perfect 6-foot perimeter around us.
They did.
So what you can see there is that was basically how it was for about an hour.
They did not
We were in
like
this
that
field.
boom, did they?
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't there that day, but I went for the recce.
Yeah.
And we went to the area where all the new baby calves they've just been born.
Loved it.
There's always this moment on YouTube or wedding videos where you see the groomsman there. And he's like, that moment where they look over the shoulder and they see their brides coming for the first time. And it's like love. Honestly, that was the look on Toby's face.
I've actually got a video of it, of him having a cuddle with the cow.
Yeah, that cow, man.
Lovely.
I'm going to share that picture of your partner and say this is what you got to look forward to. But it was love in its purest form.
It was, and honestly, that was a close that was nearly my pick for my favourite moment because I bonded, I heavily, with a couple of those cows.
Lovely.
Thank you very much, Will, and I think we should move on and see who is next. So this one. This is kind of a combination.
That's kind of coming to work in the morning.
Yeah. This is So this is Kana's favourite moment, but it's also kind of Sam's second.
It was a good
So
day.
I think this was taken by Sam, wasn't it? You were
Yeah.
both on the boat, weren't
It
you?
was.
Yeah.
So this is the photo that I took of Sam looking dapper. And this is the photo that he captured of me taking.
What I don't understand about that picture is that you look like you're about to fall off the back of the boat, but that coffee cup's just sat there quiet. Every time I see it, I don't understand.
They're not even moving.
It's a good boat, man. Great centre of weight. No, it was cool. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love being on boats. It's one of my favourite things. And it's a very rare opportunity that I get to go on a boat. So that was just dream come true, to be honest. Hanging out with the guys and shooting a bunch of stuff. We got some awesome drone shots, really cine drone shots. And it was just such a good day.
Yeah, it's great.
Shout out to Rad Propulsion.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
And that was after we'd finished as well, so we got to have a little bit of fun going back in.
A little bit of fun going back.
I love that. Okay, cool. Moving on. I can't actually remember. Let's go to the next slide. Oh, I believe this is. What? Is that a lion?
It's
Craig,
Norway.
this is-
So, Craig, what?
So
what is
in
going
Norway, I
on
don't
this
get to
photo?
hang out with you guys and do much filming with you guys. But one thing that I do every year in Norway is a TV series called Zookeepers. And here we're on season 13 at the moment.
Wow.
Wow.
That's going to be aired in Norway in January. And this is a moment which was really cool because it's not very often you get to go into big cats and cuddle live big cats like this, even though it was asleep. But it was quite a cool moment because it was being operated on and we got to go in and do the filming.
Wow.
And cuddle with this big furry lion. So yeah, that was
How
a
does
good
it
fun
feel
moment.
being in the room with the lion? I've never been in a room with a lion myself. Be interested to know what the experience was.
No,
like.
very. They are so ginormous. Like they're just you just can't really appreciate how big they are.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's very cool. I like that.
That's a great favourite moment. Epic. Best
Is
moment.
Christmas better in Norway or better in the
Of course
UK?
it is. They get snow.
That's a good point. Yep.
We can see out
Guaranteed.
the window right now. It's actually snowing.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's,
Better in Norway then.
Yeah, that's enough.
Norway is the perfect place for Christmas because it's just winter wonderland. You can Toby, if you change the next slide.
Sure.
What a lot of people won't know is that at Global Fire we also have a social project. It's a coffee plantation in the Philippines. We consume so much coffee within Global Fire that we felt it necessary to have our own plantation to meet the demand.
And it's still not enough.
Basically, the coffee plantation really is it's an opportunity to provide jobs. It's a kind of a social enterprise project. So we create jobs in highland, poorer regions in the Philippines by growing coffee. So I thought we would do a bit of tasting, a bit of a cupping session. So here, my beautiful assistant has prepared some coffee. Cool. So Sarah here is going to. We've got two different types of brands. We've got a household brand and a Heroica brand for you to try. So I'm going to hold the nose and just a nice little. That should be able to get an idea of the body, the finish. It should be a nice clean finish, nice aftertaste, not too bitter aftertaste. You know,
Quite smooth.
It's very hot.
quite smooth. Cool.
Mistakes were
Nice
made.
one.
I like
And
that.
now we'll
Toby has
compare
tasted it
with
and he
the
has
second.
ascertained that it's hot.
My tongue hurts.
Finish that off, and then we'll do the second one. When you're ready, everybody.
That was interesting.
Damn. Oh. That hurt.
Yeah, that's
not coffee.
that's not right.
That hurt a lot.
That's Marmite. That's Bovril. You're a stitch up.
Well,
I'm kind of partial to that. I'm not going to lie.
unfortunately, we're still harvesting the coffee in the Philippines, so we haven't actually managed to get Heroica coffee. But we did have Bovril, so I wanted to see if you could taste the difference between quality coffee and Bovril.
You can have mine,
Very
mate.
happy to.
Who's next then?
Oh, hold
Kana.
on before we go on. Right, so on this round, what I would like everybody to do is share their most
Okay.
life-changing purchase of the year. So my one is a Grundig Express Dry.
Didn't that break the other day?
No, right, okay, hold with. So this thing is brilliant. Anyone who has pets knows that dog hair and cat hair is an absolute nightmare. This tumble dryer gets rid of all of the hair, completely strips it. Absolutely love it. It's completely changed our lives. I love it. You don't have to clean up. You don't have to like hoover everything all the time because it doesn't go anywhere. Love it. We then bought the matching washing machine, thinking that it would be, just as good. Broke within 2 days, and then I had to proceed to spend a week of my life on the phone to Currys to get them to replace it. Buy another washing machine in the meantime, and it was just an absolute pain in the bum. So, buy the tumble dryer. Don't buy the washing machine. Will, what's your favourite?
Well, I've bought a lot of things this year because I've renovated my
Bought
entire
about a third
house.
of a house, yeah.
Yeah, the whole house. I've bought everything from like plaster to appliances. So the choice is big. Do you know what my favourite bit out of all of it is the walk-in shower. Hands down, to be able to just turn it on, walk in, walk out.
Shake it all about.
Yeah. Well,
In my head, I'm just thinking.
Sometimes.
In my head, I'm thinking, how did you get in the shower before?
well, of course I had to.
Dolphin Dave!
I was always stepping into a bath shower thing, right? And for the last 2 years, it's been the most disgusting bath shower with no pressure, no heat, no shower curtain. Well, there was a shower curtain that I kind of gaffer taped to the wall, and it was that kind of vibe. So best purchase.
Well, I think something that was an innovative thing within the Global Fire crew, which Kana, you brought to the table yourself. So it's not my purchase, but a bongo tie. I have one on my wrist to show you, but as amazing as they are, Kana stole it from me before this podcast
It's right there.
to whack it in use. So now we will carry them about our person, and truth be told, they save our bacon every single shoot.
Life changing.
Because without,
They just work, man.
yeah,
And lots of cool atmosphere.
yeah.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah, bongo tie only cost about £3 though, didn't it?
Yeah.
My favourite purchase of the year was experience. So I bought a concert ticket for myself, my daughter, and my sister, and we went a couple of weeks ago to see a band that my daughter, who's 10, has got really into recently, and it was just a really great experience. She had an amazing time. I recorded a lot of videos, none of the stage really. All of them were sneakily recording her singing all the songs and dancing and jumping around, and it was her first rock show, and it was just a great performance. So that was, just because of the memories alone, my favourite purchase of the year.
That's cool. And you've actually convinced me of the band a bit now. 'Cause I started listening to them thinking, that's no way. But now I've popped them on this morning, actually.
God, name the band. Name the band.
So the band is McFly, anyone who is of a similar age to myself, which is most of the people in the room, and if you grew up as a teenage music snob, like I probably did, and I like rock music or hip hop. To me, they were like this crap pop thing that I had no interest in. My sister was into, probably took the mick out of her for liking them. And fast forward to today, I kind of still felt the same, but I've bored everyone with this, and I'll say it again, credit where credit's due. It was an incredible show. They were, as a band, amazing. Performance-wise, were amazing. And I actually really enjoyed the music. So I, now later in life, would consider myself a fan of McFly.
Okay, Sarah.
I got some new Doc Martens. That's it.
Nice.
I've always had second-hand ones before because of wearing them in. But these are my first pair of new ones, so it's very exciting.
That's a good point. Second-hand docs are usually better. Would you now advise getting a new set or go back to getting second-hand ones?
Second-hand.
Yeah.
I only got the new ones because I like this new style,
Yeah,
so I can get them second-hand. But I'm still wearing them in, and I have to wear jelly things on my heels and on my toes to protect them. But the process is going well. Thanks for asking.
What about your worst purchase?
A coffee at Download.
or would you say that the download ticket in its entirety?
I mean, it was a strong contender, and actually the reason I got to the Download coffee was because coffee was involved, so it was all a lot more serious. But download was dramatic this year in that it was just oversubscribed and crazy and hot. But this coffee, I was really, really desperate for a coffee, and I paid £9 for the worst coffee I've ever drunk.
Oh no.
Yeah, it tastes like Bovril.
Nescafe. Did Craig give it to you?
I had to throw away 2/3 of my £9 coffee because it was that bad, and I was desperate for a coffee. So yeah.
Over to Will.
Okay, this round is mine, and I thought it'd be
No
fun
say.
to have a beer tasting round.
Brass Monkey. Are you Brass
Produced
Monkey?
by my home brewery, Brass Monkey Brew Co. And each beer, the concept was, well, let's kind of have some kind of cool like musical reference to it. So the first beer I'll click to that we're going to try is Ale Along the Watchtower. So if anyone knows who is the artist that beer is inspired by.
Don't insult me.
S Club Genius.
Yes, that's good. So the first beer is an ale, English ale. It was supposed to be a lager, but I got it wrong.
Let's call it an
I
ale.
ordered the wrong yeast. There you go. It's about looking at it, observing like the colour. It's about observing like how clear it is. You can see with this one, and then there's the smelling, and then there's the tasting. So yeah, what would you notice about the site? What are you looking at?
Like weed.
What can you see?
It's
It looks like
fairly
weed.
clear.
Good observation.
Bit
Next one.
pissy.
Yeah.
Relatively
It has
clear.
bubbles.
Yeah. Bubbles. Color wise, what are you seeing?
Golden.
Golden.
Yeah, nice. That's had like some Munich malt, some simple Pilsner malt as the base. So it's got like it's been brewed as a lager with just like nice light malt. And then the smell. If you get your nose right in the glass, tell me what you're smelling.
Nothing.
Steady on, chap.
Quite crisp and fresh.
Yeah,
Quite light.
it smells like. a
I
little
like
bit
the smell a lot.
Yeah.
So the lager is normally brewed with Saz hops. So that's what you're smelling. You're getting a little bit of the yeast, the ale yeast that I used instead of the lager yeast, and the flavour of the smell of the hops that come. And then taste wise, go for it.
That's quite an old-fashioned lager taste,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like
Yeah,
that's like lager back in the day. Lager.
Better than Bovril.
it's like a it's like a malt. It's like what you would say was a malt forward ale,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Rather than a hop forward ale.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying, Ross. It's like the ale that used to be sold in pubs before pop, like ale, before like new style
got
ale,
trendy,
like
yeah.
warm ale with bits
Old
in.
man ale.
Old man ale, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like that.
It's like the beer my granddad used to drink. I feel like I'm like on an episode of Only Fools and Horses or something.
Pretty much. Do you notice anything
And I
about
like
the?
it.
Thank you. Do you notice anything about the aftertaste? Are you getting like a? Is it dry? Is it sweet?
Dry.
Yeah, it's
Very dry.
Bit bitter.
I finished really really low. You measure gravity points for alcohol content. So it starts at like a higher level, and if it's fermented properly, it finishes at low. And then you do a little formula between the two, and that gives you your ABV. This is less than 1%. So
And
drink up.
when you say homebrew,
Yep.
in terms of what you do, you and Dan do, it's not homebrew like
anymore, is it?
Like
we
back in the
know
70s,
homebrew to
homebrew.
be-
Like bucket in a
He didn't.
bathtub.
He didn't go buy a kit from Wilco's.
Yeah.
It's kind of what's called like modern homebrew, which is
Microbrewery.
miniature professional equipment.
Yeah.
So with a little bit of YouTube watching, you can pretty much make brewery quality beer. So that's like your little starter.
Get some to Craig.
Oh, sorry, Craig.
Can we just clear that up?
I totally should have shipped you some.
Hendrix or Dylan's version?
Thank you.
Yeah, before we move on.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Like, which is better?
What?
Now, what's
Throw it out
it
there.
inspired by?
Yeah.
What's it?
Oh, sure.
I always thought it was a Hendrix tune.
Thing is, I don't like beer, so this is tricky.
That's why I only took a tiny, tiny bit.
So I was,
Come on,
Put it in
Toby.
your Bovril cup.
But
Next
in your
one.
Bovril.
Next
It'll improve
one.
it. That's so what you're doing
okay.
right now is so wrong.
any unwanted liquids, put in here, and we can have it at the end. Jungle juice.
Next one, the name of this one's a little bit more obvious as to who
Kraftwerk.
that was inspired by.
Oh, looks like Bovril.
Yeah, this is a little bit more. There you go. You guys.
Oh, a stout.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why there's only a tiny bit in the bottle, or is that just? That's
Yeah,
what
I
you
ran
had?
out. I drank the whole
How strong is this one?
less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
Yeah. So this one is. What do you reckon? Color-wise,
Brown.
can you see anything?
Looks like
through
Dr.
that?
Pepper.
Yeah.
Do the smell.
It smells kind of.
What are you smelling?
Kind of woody.
It does smell woody now you say it.
Yeah.
It's funny how like when people say how
Oaky.
something smells or tastes.
smells
how
like a
you
shed.
go, "Oh, yeah."
Smells like dark treacle to me.
Treacle, caramel.
Yeah, there's a bit of caramel going on there as well. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, a woodlouse
And a
ridden
bit like,
shed.
and a bit of creosote.
And then as you drink it, just try and like breathe in through your nose.
Don't drink it through your nose though.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
So we talked about like best purchases, best moments. I thought we'd bring it around to like best jobs or most memorable jobs. Like we've been pretty fortunate this year to be asked to produce some pretty amazing content for all of our amazing customers and partners. So yeah, who wants to go first? Josh.
There's a couple that stick out to me. One of them is at Wimbledon.
Yes,
That was a great day. I loved that.
It was that moment where you look at them and like
do a second
I
take. Oh,
definitely seen you before somewhere.
Yeah.
and then about 30 seconds later I was like, oh, that was Tim.
Yeah, and Andy Murray too. wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
In fact, this just shows how terrible I am at tennis. One of you guys nudged me and they were like, yo, that's Andy Murray. And I was like, who's that?
And is that the AEG? The Halls?
AEG.
Oh, the Halls,
yeah.
Wolverhampton.
Yeah,
Job,
that was
yeah.
good. I had a little moment on that shoot
that
because
was an
we found
emotional
out. So the Hall was Wolverhampton. It was 2 venues, incredible venue, but there's a smaller venue, and they've all been refurbed. But Nirvana played there in like '93, I think.
Yeah.
And they told us that it's still the original stage. So I went and took myself away, sat down on the stage for a minute.
Wow.
Had a
little
moment. Yeah.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah. See, tell me about it.
Yeah.
It was literally like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a special one for me.
And I think you went through the list of all the different venues that they played on that tour in the UK. And
Yeah. Well, there's
most-
so many
most of
venues
them
now which don't exist.
don't exist anymore,
Exactly.
yeah.
So to find
Or
the odd
they've
one
changed exponentially.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was good fun.
Cool job.
That's very
There's some cool pictures there. I think for me, the stands out is probably the Listen Live tap mask climb that
Yeah, me too.
Sarah produced, Sam was on drone. It was one of those jobs that it was live streamed from here, from our new live stream studio. So that was really cool. And then the drone. It's one of those jobs where no one individual part was particularly impressive, but it was just such a example of everything working together, like in harmony and synergy. And the client was just like so thrilled. Ollie Cox, you're watching. Everyone was just really excited, and everybody involved at the client's end were all like going crazy on their WhatsApp group talking about it. And it was a lot of work. It's a big effort. That was cool.
I particularly enjoyed Josh and Tom sitting in the back of a van in control centre, in the back of a van like they were on some sort of sting
In
operation.
that AV truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Can I point one out, which I think we were all very involved in this in one way or another. But so the photo up on the top right there is of a guy called Hamish, who's
Yeah,
the
Hamish is
CEO of
great.
Freakworks up in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So Amazon got in touch and wanted us to basically create a piece showing how much Amazon does for the creative industries in the UK, which now we know they do a hell of a lot after creating that
Yes.
piece of content. And we all sat down that day and basically went, all right, how are we going to do this? There's a lot of working parts and it needs to be done quite quickly. And essentially decided that we all need to go on a road trip and go and film the whole thing and edit.
In a week. pretty much the whole
Which was
country.
pretty
in a week.
intense.
Was that the week when all of your wives nearly left you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we decided we needed to hit the road and just go out, and Josh ended up staying back for some of it in the end because you had to edit while we were recording, so we were sending stuff back and you were doing all of that. So it's cool. But I think that is a really prime example of when, you know, the tough, what's the term?
When the
Tough
gun
gets going.
Tough get going.
That's the one, you know, and we all really pulled together and just made it happen. And at the end of the week, coming back from Scotland, to say we'd had enough of each other wouldn't be fair. But to say that we are all strong in our relationship together, and nothing was.
I think we just got a bit delirious, a bit tired. I think everyone had enough of me.
No.
After I left one of the cameras in the hotel. Oh yeah. I left one of the cameras in the hotel, and I was like, "Oh no, that was my fault." I got back, and the next morning I was like, "I haven't forgotten anything." I was like, "Where's my laptop?"
I remember you guys were scrabbling around trying to sort the camera thing out, obviously, and I was doing something else, so I wasn't aware. And then I just remember someone saying, "Oh yeah, Toby left the camera in the hotel," and I was just like,
Of course he did.
But you're right.
But
though.
we got it going, and it came out as a brilliant video, really brilliant video. Josh did a lot of the heavy lifting on that one, so great job. And we all came together and finished it off. And when you sent the first version,
Dagmar,
of course.
Dagmar Wickham.
She called you, didn't she?
Oh yeah, we'd kind of got mostly through it all. Looked great. Sent it off. She sent it round, watched it through. She gave me a call when I was driving home, and it's the first time I've ever heard this from anyone. They said, "Oh, I watched what you sent. I love it, but most of all, it brought tears to my eyes to watch." I was like, "That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing."
We said we're sorry, we'll fix that.
That was genuinely a big win because we'd all worked so hard to make it happen, and it was really hard work. And we were like, "Oh, you know, this has been a lot of work. I really hope that it is going to pay off."
It totally
and when you
paid
told
off.
me that, I was like, "Oh, thank God. Okay, it's done. We've done it." Yeah.
I've never made a client cry in a good way.
I'm going to build off of that because in terms of the emotional thing, just in the pictures that you've put on that slide, Will, there's so the lady who's got the yellow backdrop behind her.
Yeah.
That was actually another project with Amazon with a different team who we work really closely with. Shout out to ICC team, Jade and Karen Corrine, your legends. But that was part of their... it's a project called Fine Not Fine. So it's all around mental health. The qualitative stuff that's come out is, you know, people coming forward and saying, "I'm now seeking therapy for the first time in my life as a direct result of watching that video." Or I don't think we ever take it for granted. Like what we get to do is, in essence, is a lot of fun. It is hard work, like weeks traveling up the length and breadth of the country. But we also get to bring this kind of creative, kind of element to what we do, but some of it goes beyond just kind of pure creativity on the surface. It's like, you know, we want to impact lives, we want to change lives. Craig talked about Heroica and actually giving back and making a difference in the world. And I think when we get to produce something that potentially is saving lives, like, you know, if someone is coming forward to get help with mental health, like that's that could be a life-changing decision. It really, really, I think, solidifies like what we do matters, what we do counts. You know, we feel it day in, day out, but when you hear stories like that, you know, it's really powerful stuff.
Totally.
Joshua.
Oh yeah.
You look very excited.
The Josh round.
Here's my one slide, guys.
Sweet.
Hold on a minute. That came from Spotify. You didn't even make that.
Exactly. So it's that time of the year where you get your Spotify Wrapped data, although we're a bit early, so we haven't actually got it yet.
I don't know what that is.
Well,
I'm being serious.
says it there. Basically, your top listens throughout the year.
Oh, okay.
And Spotify packages it up for you in like a cute little animation where it reveals your top songs.
Oh, no.
Like when your iPhone makes like a memories video that you were not expecting, and it's a bit awkward because there's a lot of stuff on there that shouldn't probably be spliced together.
Yeah.
Is that just me?
So Sam wants is like Rick Astley.
And then Rick Ross.
So I thought we could do our own little version, and I thought we could just make a few predictions around what each other's.
If you have attached, like if you've played up Barbie Girl again on my Spotify, I'm gonna lose it.
That would have been a good plan, but got you once on that before. I'll make a little prediction
Got them.
based on Sarah's listening. I reckon there's going to be some bro country in there pretty heavily.
Bro country.
And well, I was in the van with 6 hours of Kana on Saturday, so
This is
but
all
I reckon
Paul
there's going
Burton's
to be
classic
some
hits.
80s classics, 80s kind of rock classics in there.
Yeah. What have I got?
I will fall off my seat if Josh doesn't have some kind of rival sons.
Just get my family, not my phone out.
It's like all rival sons.
I will give you the five artists in my phone that are after Paul Burton's bits. Does that
Fair,
work?
yeah, fair.
Okay. So I've got Tremonti, Queens of the Stone Age, The Black Keys, Royal Blood, and Electric Mary.
Strong.
Let me ask you, how did you see that?
I literally just went to my search and had a look. Like,
Just go on your Spotify, scroll down to recently played.
yeah,
Just pick your first 5.
Just click home and recently played.
Yeah.
I've been through my recently played. I can tell that I've been on a nostalgia trip. Every kid my daughter's age at the moment is wearing a Nirvana t-shirt. So I was like, do you know what? I don't think I've actually heard much Nirvana in the last 10 years. I'm going to listen to all of it. And then I was doing DIY the other week, and I thought, do you know what? I haven't listened to Pantera like ever properly. So I had the Pantera, like the whole, just their radio of the band, like for about 2 hours straight. That's pretty brutal, that stuff.
I love it. I used to listen to Pantera all the time until Phil Anselmo shouted "White Power" at the top of his lungs on that gig.
No.
And after that, I was a little bit like,
Oh yeah, that's a bit.
And that's all I listen to.
That's all I listened to.
So I've never, ever until recently had a music subscription of any kind. It's been a really quick way of introducing my boys to all the music that I used to be into.
Yeah, that's cool.
So whenever I go for a drive with Jose, my eldest son, who's only 10, and he's really discovering music and plays music and stuff. So I went for a long drive with him the other day, and the stuff that we played together was Jackson 5, ABC,
Amazing.
Come on.
Thriller,
Tune.
Ghostbusters theme tune.
Hell yeah.
Then I remembered. Then he talked about loving Smooth Criminal, so I put on Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm. Which is absolutely badass.
One of the greatest covers of all time.
So you can see there's a bit of a Diary of a CEO. There's a bit of a Fozcast podcast, which is Ben Foster, goalkeeper, Prodigy, Invaders Must Die.
Amazing.
Classic. Yes.
And then we get on to my other son who loves cheesy dance music stuff because he watches football shorts and they're the only things in there. So yeah, then we're getting into all sorts of bits and pieces, and then back to Jose, and we went to old school hip hop. So we've got Jump Around, and then some Green Day, Dookie album, and then Will Smith, Big Willie style.
Excellent.
The whole album.
Yeah.
That's my recent playlist.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Strong.
Right.
You weren't wrong about mine. Rival Sons was up there. Followed by just Taylor
Dave
Swift.
Matthews Band.
I'm a-
Okay.
Taylor Swift's
Swiftie.
awesome.
You two are on the Tay Club side, aren't you? I don't know if that's how they say it,
I am going to give Taylor a whirl after Josh said listen to Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, I have specific Taylor Swift listening, but yeah,
Are you
there's a couple of albums.
You're a Swift. What's the word they use?
Swiftie.
A Swiftie? A Swifter?
but that's the Rick and Morty theme tune.
I don't even know.
Swifteroo.
Swiftie.
Yeah, Swifty. Sorry,
Yeah.
not Swifty.
I don't think I know any Taylor Swift songs. I probably do, but I couldn't name one.
Shake it off.
Oh, is that her?
Evermore album and Folklore album. That's it. That's where it's at for me.
So there's, sorry, Josh, I'll let you finish because Taylor Swift features on mine, but not because of me.
Okay, cool. Well, on that note, also featuring on mine is Bluey Dance Mode. Anyone who's got a toddler
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
about that. And what else we got? Another one of my son's favorite songs is the first track from the first, I think, Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, which is the Hookah Chaka Hookah. So yeah, I have that on record, and that was one of the first things he learnt what records are through that song.
Nice.
Yeah, and on another note, actually, I can see "Wish You Were Here" Pink Floyd is my recently played, which is standard. But on a side note, and this was going to be another question I was going to throw out in a minute, is who plays the best playlists in the van when we're on the road? But I remember a time when I was with Sam. I think we were in Northern Ireland, maybe travelling back from the beautiful town of Rostrevor to maybe Belfast to the airport or something. And we were driving across the Mourne Mountains, lovely, early in the morning. And I think Sam put on "Wish You Were Here," whether it was a song or just, the whole record. And you said something, this is the best record to just kind of wake up to. It's truth. Go put that on first thing in the morning.
fair.
Yeah, it is.
It's something special.
Yeah.
I remember this is when we were driving up to Scotland,
Yeah.
and we were driving through the Lake District and driving through the mountains and stuff. And I love mountains; they're amazing, they're awesome. And I've seen
Especially if they have cows.
Continue.
and I think was it me or someone, or did I suggest, can someone put the Skyrim theme on? And did someone do that?
Yes,
and
I
I
did.
swear to God, I really had to struggle. I was holding back tears.
Yeah.
I was looking at the mountains and the
Epic.
Skyrim and thinking, wow,
Epic.
wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I'm glad that's real because I thought that was too good to be true.
You shouldn't have held them back.
Sorry?
You shouldn't have held them back.
I shouldn't. No.
It's okay to cry.
I think I was driving.
Okay, maybe not when you're driving.
I remember I sat next to you. You were driving.
Yeah.
And I didn't see you cry, but
No.
you did say, "I love mountains" about 5 times.
I hear you on that, man. I hear you.
It's just like, it's big nature.
Yeah.
Big nature.
I love
Nothing like being in the mountains.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's
big time.
like, like a mountain or a big storm or something. And then the Skyrim soundtrack
We should do the next podcast on a mountain in Norway.
with cows.
I remember the time I took Sam up a big hill once.
Oh, mate.
Good story.
Says it all. Didn't love it.
Craig, have you got any more obscure Norwegian music on your recent playlist that we wouldn't have heard of?
Not Norwegian, but one of our other jobs is, at the moment, that some of you know is emergency foster care. So one of my recent plays is Persian techno.
Wow.
Techno?
Obviously.
So,
Damn.
It's the only techno.
Persian
What?
techno.
Persian
Top
techno,
artist.
wow.
Top artist.
What artist? There's a lot. I don't know.
Is that where do I start? Too many to name.
So many. My
Put that out. Did it?
second, I've got 2 girls as well. So my second is Taylor Swift.
Those.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of Taylor Swift.
She doesn't
Apparently
need much
we've
Persian
got
techno.
There's not
Yeah.
many of my
I'm
own
right there.
tracks on here, to be honest.
So, thank you,
Come
Josh.
on.
Magical Mystery Musical Tour.
I enjoyed that.
Beautiful.
And we're on to Sarah.
Somehow I've ended up as appointed dinner person whenever we go on jobs. So we're often, as people have said, we're often
Falafel what?
we're falafel.
Don't use the
We are
falafel there.
We're often on long days and stuff, so we tend to eat at places when we're on shoots, and I'm really fussy and I get hangry.
But so you say appointed, I think you were relatively self-appointed.
Leader.
Oh, I'm happy with that, though. That's
Yeah.
You
Because
do
I'm,
really
because I'm
well.
not sure
There's-
you would have it any other way.
Yeah. Basically,
fearless
it,
food leader.
it all came to being one time that Will told us where we were eating and walked us what I can only assume was roughly 50
Was
kilometres.
this in London as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, Google Maps doesn't like me in London.
Yeah. By the time we got to...
that shoot.
Yeah, you were there,
Yeah.
Craig, weren't you?
Do you know
It
the
was
Israelites
essentially
had to
a
go
hut.
across the desert in the Bible?
We
that
were
time?
3 sides of a square.
Yeah.
I think we were on a mission for a burger.
Yeah, and when we got there,
something,
you couldn't sit down.
Indian.
Indian.
Yeah, I completely lost it. From that point on, I sort out food on jobs, and so I thought it was only right that we discuss the best meal on jobs
Best meals on job.
Come on.
for this year. do you have one? Because I'm just wondering whether I'm going to nick somebody
Realistically,
else's.
I think my one is probably the same as a couple of other people's. It involved cheese balls.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Cheese balls.
The mozzarella balls and a burger. Was it a burger joint?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
What
it
is
was,
this?
it
Like
was
deep
the-
fried?
decent
it
burger
was
places.
called the Fat Hippo,
Yeah.
and should have seen the size of these balls.
I will.
Something else happened
Yeah.
last trip.
Yeah, do you want to tell us about?
Do you want me to-
Yeah.
Okay.
You tell us about.
So we were sat down. Josh, you were next to me, weren't you? So Josh could get out. Toby could get out. The rest of us were in. I had a bad back, like every day.
No.
But like a bad back where I couldn't stand up easily. And Sarah, you're pinned by the window. But anyway, outside the window, we're eating these massive balls and burgers and whatever else. And then outside the window, we saw this lady pulling a trolley. She was really struggling. Like as she went to cross the road, really busy London road, the trolley like collapsed and kept rolling over. And there was this guy outside the restaurant having a smoke, just watching her. And we were all out in the window being like, mate, help her. Like, and then she kept trying to cross the road and it would like fall over again.
You're like
and we're like,
pointing
help her. And then he tried to help, but helped by talking and like pointing at the trolley.
It's falling over again.
And then that leads us to, can you change the slide? The hero of the hour. Not only did this glorious man, Tobias, sitting opposite me, go out and help the lady, he spoke to her. He literally like muscled useless man out of the way,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
picked up the trolley, carried it across the street, and then offered it to carry the trolley home for her. At which point she was like, that's a bit weird.
I don't need to know where I live.
And just obviously that pose says it all.
Were you even posing?
That
for
was
that,
just
or were
him.
you-
He wasn't even posing.
No, I noticed.
Not all heroes wear capes. Round of applause for Toby.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think
It's going to be the same one
Do you
for
reckon?
you and me, I reckon.
Go on then.
It's like this quite nice pub on the way into Guildford.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd forgotten about that.
Oh, right. I thought that was the one you were going to go for.
Wow, 100%. Go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So I'm not going to. No, you'll tell it better than I do because I think you were even more excited than I was.
Well, we can tell it from two different vantage
okay.
points.
Well,
'cause
shall I set you up?
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Okay. Well, we were pretty hungry. Finished late somewhere on a job, and there's this little pub just off the A3 on South London, on the road into Guildford called the Drummond. And it's always done like nice kind of hearty like food and then the food arrived. What was it?
So mine was a roast pumpkin dish, which sounded, fine on the menu, and with the veggie options, there's not always loads of them. It was incredible. That still stands as my best meal of the year. Across all of the meals, not just meals on jobs. I don't know what they'd done with it. I can't remember because I didn't want to.
They roasted it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just such an experience that I didn't bother paying any attention to what was in it. I know there was some blue cheese in there, and they'd caramelised the pumpkin. It was a winning dish.
very
Well done, the drum.
cool.
You remember what I had? Because I don't think I.
Yeah, burger. And,
Yeah, it was
and
a
you
burger,
were
wasn't it?
raving about your burger as well.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it takes a lot to impress me with the burger because I've had a lot of good burgers over the years. Like that place that we were trying to get to, that we walked miles to, we didn't even end up going there. Bleecker Street Burger, for anyone in Shoreditch
I've had
in
a Bleecker
London.
Street.
They've got 2 or 3 locations in
I'm
London.
in Shoreditch tomorrow
Get it.
on the job.
Unbelievably good.
Let me just point out, because I feel like we did Will a little bit dirty earlier. Your choice of place has always been
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
It's just
Getting there,
question
on the
of
other hand.
how long it takes to get there.
And very often they don't have chairs because
Yeah.
it'll be like a hole in a wall where they do really good food.
Yeah.
It's usually
Yeah.
And good
cold
coffee
outside.
spots as well.
Yeah.
Good coffee spots as well.
And coffee.
Yeah.
I can sniff
Yeah.
out a good
Yeah,
coffee
you-
spot.
Yeah, you definitely know.
Yeah,
what
you
you're
know
doing
your
on that
stuff.
Over to Ross.
Many moons ago, in another life, I did a few different stints of work and pleasure over in the good old US of A. And I became quite a fan of the old nog of egg.
Can I ask Ross, what is in eggnog?
What is eggnog? It's kind of, it tastes almost a bit custardy. If you like things like Baileys or chai lattes or custardy type things, then you'll be all right.
Very nice.
If you don't like those things, you'll hate it. It does have very thick cream in it. It does have eggs in it, hence the eggnog.
Whole eggs.
In 2 parts. So the yolks make it kind of custardy, like if you were making homemade custard. And then you whisk the egg whites with sugar as if you're making a meringue until they're peaky. And then you mix that in, and that's what gives it the kind of thick, creamy puffiness. It's got cinnamon in, nutmeg, sugar, and it's also got whiskey and rum in it.
Oh, wow. Has anyone else not tried it? I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
If I did, I don't
I'm a
remember.
newbie.
Yeah.
So what I thought would be really fun to do is we've got a few treats out here. So we've got eggnog and we've got port.
Amazing.
And I just want people to try it and just which way would you lean if it was your choice on Christmas Eve? We also have mince pies and stollen. Two classics from 2 different regions of the world. And then the great British chocolates that you don't think about or want all year and then suddenly have them at Christmas is the box of roses. They have changed a lot over the years. When I was over in the States, a lot, and I love my friends over there, but I don't love your chocolate. But Reese's Cups, Reese's Pieces, all that kind of stuff. So I have found some Christmas-themed Reese's Pieces as well.
Nice.
So be interested to see, just on instincts, do you lean towards, which way do you lean?
Nice.
Which way do you swing?
Oh, lovely.
Were you looking at Craig?
Would you like one, Craig?
No, I thought I was
Let me,
hoping for.
Let me quickly
Thanks, Toby.
Let me
No
quickly.
worries.
Let me quickly. So I think start with the eggnog.
Okay.
Fresh,
I'll just take all
freshly
of these
made.
apart.
We had to make it. We made it a week ago because it's got a flavour. So just get involved and let me know what you think.
That's Trovia.
Scarlet.
Oh, come on.
That's great.
That's really good.
Oh, Lord.
Yum.
That's nice.
Oh, no.
Converted.
Yeah.
That's Christmas in a cup, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Come
on.
That is stupendous.
Where's the bottle?
I could drink a very large glass of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I drink many over Christmas.
Yeah, nice.
And then the port, very different, fruitier.
Beautiful.
Oh, I actually quite like that.
There you go.
It's rich.
See, I've only tried port once and I don't like it, but obviously different port. That's really fun.
So it's having the dessert wine effect for me here, in that we've had something very, very sweet, and now tastes drier than it would have previously. So
Cool. So there's a little trip.
it was a delicious trip.
Snack wars.
Thank you.
It was really just an excuse to share our homemade eggnog.
Yeah. That's my favourite round so
it.
far.
Amazing.
Yeah. Incredible.
So, from my favourite round so far to what I know is going to be probably the worst round.
I really didn't want to do this the first time.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it again.
And the final round for reasons that will become clear in a minute. Last Christmas, we did. It was Christmas, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. We did a hot sauce challenge. And we tried a number of different hot sauces that we just sort of researched and tried to find what the hot sauces available in the UK. We picked a selection, as well as some that, if I remember right, Will, you had that you donated to the cause.
Yep.
Lots of fun, but the resounding feedback from anyone who watched that video was none of us really struggled too much, with exception of yourself, Sarah, who did really well.
Got to 50%.
Did really well. But we had some feedback that we need to go hotter. We said in that video that in 2023 we would do a round 2. Let's just jump in. So round 1, what we're going to do is we're going to start with one of the sauces that we had last year round. I have purchased some more, what is it?
Sphincter
Professor Payne's Sphincter Shrinker.
Professor Pain in the ass.
That's a pain in the ass sphincter shrinker. And this is going to be our round 1, our first taste test. I've got some like chicken dippers, vegetarian, of course, courtesy of our resident vegetarian. And this time I've poured it all over and shaking these bad
Ground
boys
them.
up. So they are hot sauce to the max. Also in round 1, and what I want to do is do a little kind of test, but also get feedback on the sauce and how we find it. We've also added to this round Icona's Carolina Reaper. This was a recommendation, although I don't think she knows it, from Sarah. Sarah sent me some links of like the hottest sauces that you can get in the country. So we're going in up there. This one was on the list of one of the hottest sauces you can get in the country. So Sphincter Shrinker, followed by Icona Carolina Reaper. And for anyone who doesn't know, Carolina Reapers are ridiculously hot chilies.
Crazy.
All right. Who's up for this?
Do it.
Not in the
but
slightest.
we're going to do it.
So everyone hopefully has a fork. I think
grab a
let's
fork.
fork your chicken piece, and then we'll all go at the same
Where are the
time.
forks?
So first of all, Professor Payne's Pain in the Ass Sphincter Shrinker. 3, 2, 1.
See what I mean?
Ow.
It grows on you.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot worse than last year.
That is definitely worse when you saturate the thing. Oh, God. Uh-oh.
Oh, Sarah's done already. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
I feel you.
That's okay.
Okay, Sarah's gonna ask
We
for
might be
salt.
done.
Ow.
It's rising.
It is hot. It is
That
hot.
hurts.
It does hurt.
Next, we've got Icona Carolina Reaper. And 3, 2, 1.
It's not hot.
Those veggie things cold are rank though.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so
Big up for Tyler to come in and spending his time doing sound for us
Yeah, we said it'd be
today.
an hour and it's
you suck.
for four.
Malachi and cameras as well.
Yes.
Malachi still there?
No.
Sriracha chili sauce in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Chinese
That is
vibes.
sweet.
Oh, that's going on the Chinese, yeah.
No hotter than the first one for me.
So what's this one?
This is buffalo hot sauce.
Right.
All right, do it.
Go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Nice.
That's nice.
But it just tastes like your standard buffalo wing sauce, though.
Yeah. It's not really any hotter. I don't find
No.
No. I'm feeling they're all pretty level.
This is
at the
very much gone like that.
moment.
There's a tiny bit of a
There's a hum.
but nothing more than that.
This,
I
Got a surprise for you.
saw a bottle of something in the kitchen earlier, which terrified me.
I said it was the colour of anger.
Is it what that is? The medicine bottle down there. Yeah. That thing.
We'll hide that until later.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so with the habanero hot sauce, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I got saucy on.
Oh, that's tasty.
I can do with that.
Kind of Tabasco-y.
All right.
Yeah. Tabasco. It is Tabasco, surely.
Yeah.
I could eat that all day.
Oh, and that's just kicked in at the end.
Oh, yeah. Gets the back of your throat, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I could,
Like
I
Tabasco.
could eat that all day.
Similar heat, similar taste.
I'm not getting any extra heat.
No.
Something
Oh, very
kicked
nice.
right at the end in the back of my throat.
That's a little bit more.
So round 3,
Nasty.
I think this one's going to be tasty. We've got 2 more to do, by the way. Round 3 is this one. And it's Tabasco scorpion sauce.
Oh,
I've only given this one chili, and that's based on nothing other than I love Tabasco sauce, and I don't think it's that hot compared to maybe some of the ones we've tried today. I've never tried scorpion sauce, but this is a bit of a shout out because when we did this last Christmas, a couple of people wrote to us via email or commented on socials, and this was Chantel McKenzie. So if you're watching, Chantel McKenzie, thank you for this recommendation. You recommended Tabasco scorpion sauce. And we have got some reviews of this before we jump in, which makes me think it's probably not like standard Tabasco. So someone said, very hot, take care.
Nice.
Definitely packs a punch. Great purchase.
So I'm out.
Okay.
All right, fair.
You do it on the next round.
No. I'm out.
3, 2, 1, go.
oh, love Tabasco. It's great.
Tasty.
Now I'm not eating. I can really enjoy the sound of you all eating.
It's hotter than Tabasco, though.
Yeah,
That's got a
Larry.
mature, fire to it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Suddenly, it's like, oh,
that really came out of nowhere. I was like, that's not spicy.
Yeah. I'll be all right in a minute.
That suddenly hurt.
You've got a really interesting colour, Will.
I've started sweating already.
You've taken on the colour of the chilies.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not night and day from normal Tabasco sauce, though.
No.
I know,
really
it's
miles
just
away.
like
Again, it's not
Tabasco on
it's
11.
not crazy.
The next round, however.
Right, that's the podcast finished.
Right. Okay, let's just get this over and done
I don't
with.
want it. I don't want it.
Okay, final round is... Who's making that noise? I couldn't tell if
What
that
was
was my
that?
inside.
Oh,
Is a sauce that is quite infamous in the hot sauce challenge world. I've given this, how many chilies is it? 6 chilies?
Oh, gosh.
Only because I don't think you can give it a number. This sauce is called Da Bomb, Beyond Insanity. This sauce, for anyone who has watched the Hot Ones, which this round is inspired by, is a sauce that is quite famous on Hot Ones. This was a recommendation again. I'm actually struggling to speak without her. This was a recommendation again. Shout out to Ian Hughes. You recommended this sauce to us. Thank you for that. Okay, so
I don't want to do this.
Da Bomb. I just want to set the scene a little bit more. His review of Da Bomb. The next time my body gets this hot, I expect I will be at the crematorium. But this guy finished by saying awesome stuff direct from the devil himself. It's that hot. LOL.
Oh, mate.
No, I'm
bomb.
I don't know. I don't get
here's
to go home to bed.
final question.
Ugh.
Are we going to do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the last one?
This is the last one.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we're gonna have to do it.
Bring the pain. Bring the pain.
Before we do this, I just want to say, because I don't know what's going to happen after we've put this in our mouths, I just want to say for anyone watching, thank you so much for watching. We want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. We'll see you on the other side. Get in touch if you want a podcast. Get in touch if you want to do your own hot sauce challenge. I can guarantee that none of us will be joining you with that again. But let's go in with Da Bomb. Oh my gosh.
Enjoy.
Beyond Insanity.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Merry
3,
Christmas.
2, 1, go.
you filthy animals.
Oh, no. No. Oh.
It's starting.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming. It's not too bad yet. It's not
that's
too bad
horrible.
yet.
That is
It does
starting
build.
to...
It
Yeah.
builds.
It's not too bad
That's
yet.
in my nose.
Oh, it is? Yeah.
oh no.
No. That's a lot.
I think I got a dud.
No.
No, you didn't.
No, it's... Just give it a sec.
Oh, it's under my tongue, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's absorbing my face.
No, I don't want it. No.
Eyes.
Yes, the eyes now. The eyes going.
I think I had a dud.
You need to
Right,
know
another
what
one for Toby.
Put the nugget in your mouth.
Oh, mate.
Lick
Thanks
the
very
rim.
much, to be fair.
Lick,
I'm sorry, Will.
lick the rim of the bowl.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, no, yeah.
Done.
Oh, God. Ow!
My tongue.
Dip your tongue in the milk, it helps.
I can't drink the milk. I hate milk so much. I'm just gonna
Drink the milk.
sit it. Just gonna...
Oh, that's really intense.
Josh is gone.
I've got, my hands are tingling.
My head's tingling.
Everything's tingling.